Will you face God's wrath for keeping Sunday instead of his Sabbath? A great day of judgment is coming. The Bible warns that God's wrath will be poured out upon those who reject his commandments and follow man-made traditions. But what if keeping Sunday instead of the Sabbath places you under his judgment? Many believe it does not matter which day they worship, as long as they worship God. But does God accept worship based on human traditions, or does he demand obedience to his law? The Sabbath is God's command, not man's choice. From the very beginning, God established the seventh day, Saturday, as his holy day. Genesis 2:2-3 states, "And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it." God commanded his people to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Exodus 20:8-11. This was not just a law for the Jews, but a divine command written by the very finger of God, unchangeable and eternal. Yet most of the world worships on Sunday. Why? Who changed the Sabbath to Sunday? If God never changed the Sabbath, who did? History proves that Sunday worship was never commanded by Jesus, the apostles, or the Bible. Instead, it was established by Emperor Constantine in AD 321, merging pagan sun worship with Christianity to create religious unity. Later, the Roman Catholic Church boldly claimed authority over this change. Sunday is our mark of authority. The Church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that. But can any church override the direct command of God? Will you face God's wrath for keeping Sunday? The Bible gives a terrifying warning about following man-made traditions instead of God's commandments. In Revelation 14:9-10, it states, "If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation." The mark of the beast is directly tied to false worship. Those who accept man's authority over God's commandments will face God's wrath. Jesus himself warned in Matthew chapter 7:21-23, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, 'Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works?' And then I will profess unto them, 'I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.'" What is iniquity? It is breaking God's law. Those who knowingly reject his commandments, including the Sabbath, will be cast out. The challenge to skeptics and non-believers. Now, here is the challenge. Can you find a single verse where God changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday? Can you find one command from Jesus or the apostles instructing believers to worship on Sunday? The answer is simple. You cannot. No such verse exists. Sunday worship is a man-made tradition, not a biblical command. And the Bible warns that those who follow the commandments of men instead of God's law will face his wrath. The final warning: will you repent before it's too late? Time is running out. God is calling his people back to obedience. If you continue to reject the Sabbath after knowing the truth, you are choosing rebellion against God's authority. Jesus is calling. The truth has been spoken. What will you do with it? Choose today whom you will serve.